Yo, what is going on, guys? So we're going to go over the Texans for Thursday night. I understand this is a late video, but between the trade deadline after the Pittsburgh game and everything that was going on, yeah, everything's been a kind of mess this week when it's a short week for the Eagles. Everyone's saying it's a trap game, less being prepared on a short week. What could happen here? We're going to get into the whole entire thing and the matchups.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Everybody's saying that this is a trap game that the Eagles are going to lose in Houston. I think this is a winnable game for the Eagles, especially with that team being 1-5-1. You can't take teams lightly. Teams are going to give you their best. The Eagles cannot take this team lightly going into it. It's going to be a big game for us to become 8-0. When you look at the Texans right now offensively, which I think there's one bright spot with that team right now, it's their run game with Dameon Pierce. Has over 500 yards with 3 touchdowns, averaging 4.5 a carry, and he's tough to bring down, so the Eagles can't get in that slump of arm tackling and not bringing their whole body into him because he will make you pay for it. Dameon Pierce has been fantastic for the Texans, is doing a really good job. Now, David Mills has only completed 61% of his passes, but with David Mills, he's been sacked 16 times already. Okay, not just that with his offensive line being as bad as it is, but at left guard with Kenyon Green that they just put him there, he has been struggling tremendously, so a big weakness at left guard for the Houston Texans. Okay, you look at their defense with Jerry Hughes on the edge, so Mulatto or Lane Johnson will be facing Jerry Hughes, and he's had a pretty good year so far. He's had, 5 sacks in 4 games? I think that's what he's had so far, so I'm not really worried about that too much. Obviously, you're facing Steven Nelson, that used to be with the Eagles last year, so we know his strengths, know his weaknesses. I don't think he's going to beat what we have on the field. Defense between the linebackers, the safeties, I don't think they have enough right now for them to beat us with that defense they have. I don't think they have enough. Derek Stingley has had a pretty solid year this year as a rookie, and his stats. I had his stats here before. So as of right now, he has 32 solo tackles. He has 1 pick. He's only been targeted 44 times. And that's pretty much it. And receptions allowed only 30, which is top 10 in the league. So Stingley has had a pretty solid year so far. But really, other than that, guys, with Jordan Davis being out, Milton Williams, Marlon T, Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox definitely have to step up. And other news has came about with the Texans wide receiver group. It looks like Brandon Cooks hasn't shown up to practice yet again for the second day. We're going to find out what happens, tomorrow, but since he was not traded, there was no team that was going to pick up his $18 million, and that was probably the big part of the reason they couldn't get rid of him. I mean, they was wanting a lot of draft capital, plus that price hit, between maybe the Cowboys, the Giants. There was a lot of teams. The Green Bay Packers, there was a lot of interest for Brandon Cooks. Between that $18 million, it was just almost impossible for, the Houston didn't even want to pay for even some of it, for at least get that receiver off their hands. So we don't know if he's going to be playing in this game tomorrow. So Brandon Cooks, we'll see what happens. Obviously, a big loss for them offensively if he is not playing. I don't know if he's kind of still upset he didn't get traded. So maybe he doesn't want to play the rest of the year. Maybe he's trying to force the Houston Texans and their hand, trying to force their hand a little bit to maybe release him, or I don't know, do something with him at this point. They can't trade him anymore because they can't trade players. The trade deadline's over with. So he might not be playing as well. I think against the Texans defense, one of the worst run defenses in the league, the Eagles should have no problem and running the ball down their throats. Miles Sanders should have a huge day. Do not get pass happy. Run the damn ball against them. You will win the game. And if they're in a 3-touchdown lead by the half, I guess we're going to go back to what we've been doing in the second half and just trying to contain them, whether it's offense, time of possession, and then defensively we'll just play our players back a little bit. And I think you have to get aggressive against David Mills. Why you shouldn't have more than 5 sacks on him, I don't see why not. Sacked already 16 times. So this should be an interesting game, guys. I'm excited for it. Thursday night. And the great thing is, we'll have off the weekend. We'll have some games to watch. We can relax this weekend, hopefully getting that win, becoming 8-0. There's definitely a lot of weaknesses Behind that defensive line, a lot of weaknesses for the Texans. Their defensive line is not as great as enough, but with Jerry Hughes there, I think it's really good. Steven Nelson is a solid cornerback. Stingley's been playing pretty good. Dallas Goedert might have a good game this game. Let's see if Quez Watkins gets some catches in this game. It would be nice, but we'll see what they do, what the game plan is. David Mills, put him to the ground. Dameon Pierce, you got to tackle him. Do not let him have a big game, because I thought the Eagles did a really good job against Najee Harris last week. Because Jordan Davis isn't playing, I know everyone's going to say it's not a big deal, but it kind of is, because Jordan Davis has been a really good run stuffer, has been very disruptive inside, which I've really liked. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the Houston Texans, their players, that matchups with the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Cooks probably not going to be playing in this game. I don't know if that's the case, but definitely something to look out for tomorrow. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.